Paris will not be good to go, and Jonah will not be good to go. Everybody else, we'll kind of see how the week trends here. It seems like a long time ago when we played the Rams, week 2. But good football team. Obviously, they're playing really good ball right now. They protect the ball. They're playing good defense. I really think that the last couple games, when you look at them, they're playing really clean. So that's the challenge to our guys. We got to be able to match that, play our brand of ball to have a chance to win. So excited for the opportunity. We'll have a good day today, this week, and get ready to go.
With Williams, he walked out on crutches, had the brace on his knee. Looked pretty bad to the eye. Is it worse than you guys thought?
It's not good enough to go.
Are those two guys out for the season?
Oh, we'll see.
Coach, when you look back on that Rams first game of week 2, where you guys just plowed through them, but it's a very different team now, right, than when you played them. Do you take anything from that game film?
Yeah, a lot. How they attacked us, how we attacked them. The reason why we won the game, things that we controlled, that we did well, things that we have to do a little bit better job of. But yeah, obviously when you play a team in mid-September, I guess, and now we're in late December, teams change, you know what I mean? So, but they still got the players that were out there. We still do, and so we got to make sure we're on it to give ourselves a chance to win.
When you have DBs that go up against, in this case, receivers like Puka and Cup, and you kind of judge how they play, if they play well, do they get extra credit for doing well against high-level receivers, or does that not really matter when you're judging defensive backs?
No, how I judge them is, alignment, assignment, key technique, and then their point of attack.
So is Mac making progress through the protocol?
Yes.
If both James and Trey can't go, would Michael Carter step into the starting running back role?
Yeah, I haven't really thought about that, but we have thought about that. Yeah, it'd be some guys' roles would change. Obviously, I always say that, but yeah, he would get a lot of carries, I'm sure.
With this being against a division opponent, is there any thrill? I know you talked yesterday about the joy of competition, but is there any thrill in potentially being a spoiler in another team's playoff race?
I don't see it like that. I see it as it's a divisional game versus a really good team that if we want to get to where we want to get to, you gotta win these games, So that's the challenge to us is let's go beat a good divisional team on the road.
Is there an advantage with it being a short week, knowing that it is against a divisional opponent?
No, I mean they have the same amount of time we do. You know what I mean? So we got to maximize the time that's allotted before we play.
You don't normally rule guys out this early in the week, but why do it this time?
Because I know they're not going to play.
Have you noticed anything different since the bye week in terms of what's going on, correlation week to week of being 1-4 versus 6-4?
Yeah, I think before the bye, the two stats that matter, we were doing a better job than the other teams, which after the bye we haven't.
You're talking about takeovers, takeaways.
Yeah, and explosive plays.
How does Kyler, his touchdown interception ratio has dropped a lot since the bye? How do you guys fix that?
Play good offense.
You talked yesterday about finishing the year kind of in a way that you did last year, building positive things towards the offseason. What are the things that you guys can do over these next 2 weeks beyond, of course, winning that would kind of build towards what you want to see?
Yeah, I mean, I think always ourselves, as a staff, we evaluate it every week. Are we putting our guys in position to be successful? That's our standpoint, coaching the details, being on it. And then from a playing standpoint is executing what you're coached to do, winning one-on-ones, knowing your opponent, and displaying winning behavior on a day-to-day basis. You got to maximize, the day. And it takes all of us to operate at a really high level to try to win a game, So obviously in the last, however, I'm not going to look in the past, but we haven't collectively done that well enough, So we get another opportunity to go out and do it.
Why is it so important for you to see that, even though it might not matter for playoff positioning, but why is it so important for you to see that?
Because to win, that's what you need to do.
It was just like being eliminated from the playoffs and guys being motivated to play the last 2 games. Guys are obviously playing for their jobs in the future, right? I mean, so motivation may not be as big of an issue in the NFL as.
Yeah, I don't, kind of as we talked about yesterday, Craig, like I don't really take that viewpoint. We were just talking about it this morning with Zay Jones. He asked me, are you into motivational things? I said, no, I'm into discipline. Why I say that is motivation's fleeting. If your performance is based on motivation, you're going to go like this. I think what I'm concerned about is, are we doing enough? Are we doing things the right way? Are we disciplined enough to stick to our process and make sure that it's good to maximize the opportunity to go out there and compete and win a game?
How's the day set up knowing that it's just a little bit of a different week? What do you have the guys doing today?
Yeah, today is just going to be a walkthrough. Normal meetings and then a walkthrough.
Who's going to be in 40 this week?
Jaden Davis.
What have you liked about Jackson Barton?
He comes to work every day. He loves to play football. He practices his tail off. He competes. The moment the game is not too big for him, he's a vet now. He's played a lot of ball. And he understands his value to the team and what he needs to get done to control his box so we can play good football.
You mentioned you hadn't thought much about the third string running back, either James or Trey progressing particularly well.
Yeah, we'll kind of see how they go, but that's obviously why I didn't rule them out. You know what I mean? I know they both have a chance to play.
Coach, thank you.
Okay, thank you guys. I kind of like the Hawaiian shirt.